Good morning, everyone. My name is Rachel. Thanks for joining me for All Levels Yoga, courtesy of Comeback Yoga. As you see, I have a beach towel. I'm just gonna have it for the side. It's just folded on each other in thirds and then folded again for the end. Of course, if you like to use that prop anytime during the practice, keep it close to you. Grab any props that you need, and remember, this is the month of April, the third week. We're about activation and settling, feeling those natural cycles. This week, we're gonna be settling more. So, holding the postures a little bit longer than we typically do for my class. Listen to your body in all things, and remember, this is about 45 or 50 minutes. When you're ready, let's go ahead and come to the top of the mat. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. How's that feel? Take your time. If you're still gathering things, no worries. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. One more time, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And as you're here standing at the top of the mat, I want you to root down through the feet. Fingertips reach down towards the mat. Lift the top of the head towards the sky. Do you feel all the grounding through the entirety of the foot? That ball behind the big toe, behind the little toe, and then through the heel, and both sides of the heel. Open across the chest. Make sure that we're breathing. And on your next exhale, let's release and soften. Nice job. Remember, I am in my home, so there are some big windows. It's just a big window behind the curtain. When you're ready, join me. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to lower, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees as you need, and on your exhale, all the way down to the mat. Hands are under shoulders. Inhale, cobra, shine the heart. Exhale to lower, draw back, child's pose. Hips towards the heels. Hands can stay forward or back by the feet. As we're here, knees together or apart, we're gonna pause in child's pose. Feeling the elongation of the spine. Whether you prefer to stay in stillness or in movement, whether it's rolling the wrists, wiggling the fingers, maybe rotating the head. Remembering every day presents a new opportunity to explore to see how we feel in this moment. Let's stay here for one more breath, feeling the breath wherever it's flowing. And when you're ready, if you'd like to join me, or always permission to stay, let's bring those hands forward and center. On your next inhale, round up into tabletop, arch the spine, and settle here into tabletop. Grab that extra padding if you'd like. When you're ready, inhale to release the belly, tail, and head to the sky. Stay here to pause. Feel that arch of the spine. Feel the opening across the chest. Keep on breathing. We're pressing down through our hands and our knees, maybe our toes too if they're tucked. Lifting the gaze skyward, feeling that stretch along the belly. And on your next exhale, whenever that is, let's round the spine, tail and head descend. Pausing here in this rounded spine. How does that feel? I can feel my shoulder blades separating. I feel this nice opening through the low back. I feel the strength of my core as my hands and knees are pressing down into the mat. And my gaze is through the legs. Observing, what do you feel? When you're ready, let's neutralize the spine. Pausing here. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Right shoulder, right side of the head comes down to the mat. Left hand by the face towards the top of the mat or bind behind the back. As we're here, depending on your hand position, depends on what you feel. I know if it's by the face, I feel supported. If it's reaching overhead, I feel this nice elongation from my elbow all the way up into my lats. And if there's a bind behind the back, I feel this nice opening of the front shoulder, or the top shoulder, excuse me. What are you feeling today? As we settle, observing, this might be considered a slower practice than what we normally do for my class. But really tuning into that awareness. When you're ready, let's begin to unwind, returning back to tabletop. I'm just turning myself around so my back's not to you. Inhale, left hand towards the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Left shoulder, left side of the head comes down to the mat. Right hand wherever feels good. Again, observing the sensations that are arising. Remembering you have permission to adjust and come out of postures whenever you need. Finding your body's natural rhythm with the breath and even with the body. I've had some people say, oh, this is really uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good on my neck. If it doesn't feel good on your neck, you can always come out. Intention is, to my awareness, is nothing to do with the neck here. It's all about feeling that outer compression of the bottom shoulder, a little bit of rotation through the spine, and then whatever you're doing with that top hand is adding on a little bit too. When you're ready, begin to unwind. Returning back to tabletop, take your time. Let's inhale to release the belly, tail, and head to the sky. This time, exhale, round the spine, tail, and head descend. Let's do that twice more. Inhale to release the belly, tail, and head to the sky. Maybe slow down the breath or speed it up, your choice. Exhale, round the spine, tail, and head descend. One more time. Inhale to release the belly, tail, and head to the sky. Exhale, round the spine, tail, and head descend. Come into a neutral position. Pause here. Let's all inhale to release the belly, tail, and head to the sky. Pausing here, making sure we're breathing. Observing how do we feel. Again, I really like this because it kind of opens up through my belly. Opens up through the chest. On your next exhale, round the spine, tail, and head descend. Press the mat away. Keep on breathing. How does this feel? Again, I really like it because it opens up between the shoulder blades for me. My shoulders are always very tight. On your next exhale, neutralize the spine, sink back child's pose, hips towards the heels, hands can stay forward or back by the feet. If you're joining me with the hands forward, stay as you are or walk the hands as far forward as possible, lifting up the elbows and the palms of the hands. Exhale to stay here or to lower. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, lift up the elbows, lift up the palms of the hands. Exhale to stay here or to lower. One more time. Inhale to lift up. And exhale, let's all lower. Pause here to breathe. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Find the breath in the back ribs. If you'd like, continue that pattern of lifting up onto the fingertips and lowering down, or everybody inhale, lift up the elbows, lift up the palms of the hands, coming up onto the fingertips. Stay here to breathe. How do you feel? And where do you feel this? As you begin to settle, observe, where is the sensation? Remembering, just because I feel the sensation in one place doesn't mean that you don't find it in somewhere else. And again, what's accessible to me may not be accessible to you, and vice versa. Let's stay here for one more breath. And on your next exhale, let's lower the palms and elbows down. Hands come together over the head, elbows inch forward, hips draw back. We're looking for a tricep stretch. Fingers can be straight up to the sky. I see a lot of my students bring their hands to the upper back. That works perfectly fine too. Steady breathing here again. Whether it's a really subtle movement and sensation, or it's a big sensation. It is what it is. There isn't a wrong answer. On your next exhale, let's go ahead, release those hands forward and center. On your next inhale, round up into tabletop, arch the spine. Exhale, draw back, down dog, lift the hips up and back. As we're here in down dog, stay in stillness or gently begin to pedal out the legs by bending one knee and straightening the other. Observe how you feel. Maybe take the feet wider, narrower, hips distance. And again, making sure that we're rooting down evenly through the entirety of the hand, specifically behind the pointer finger, that kind of ball in the palm of the hand. There's a tendency to want to have that kind of pucker up. Let's stay here for one more breath wherever you are. And on your next exhale, we're going to walk those feet to the hands. Root down through the feet. Inhale, come to stand however feels good. Let's all meet hands to the heart or to the hips. How's that feel today? From here, hands by the hips. Inhale, reach up towards the sky, create a big circle. Exhale, hands back by the hips. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, reach up overhead, create a big circle. Exhale, hands back by the hips. One more time, stay with your breath. Inhale, reach up overhead, big circle. Exhale, hands back by the hips. Take your feet a nice distance apart for stability. Mine's a little bit wider than hips distance, and then I track my toes out. But do whatever feels good for you. We're gonna take the arms out from the shoulders. If you'd like, palms can be facing forward, or if we not like, bend the elbows, palms still can face forward. When you're ready, begin to take awareness to this hand, the left hand. Inhaling, left hand or left elbow towards the right. Pivot on that left foot. Inhale, come back. Let's do that again. Exhale, rotate. Inhale to open up, however that looks. One more time. Exhale, rotate. Inhale to open. Let's go to the other side. Arm is straight or bent, your choice. Whenever you're ready, exhale, rotate right to the left. Pivot on that right if you like. Inhale to open, twice more. Exhale, rotate. Inhale to open, last time. Exhale, rotate. Inhale to open. Let's release those arms. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Bring awareness to those shoulders. Inhale, lift up the elbows towards the ears. Exhale to lower down. You can do this controlled or just let it drop. Inhale to lift up and exhale to lower. Inhale to lift up and exhale, lower. Now I want you to pause here. With the shoulders lowered, observe what your natural stance is. Hopefully you're solid through your balance with your legs right now. Bringing awareness to your posture. Do you notice if we're slumped over? That's okay, that happens. Our shoulders shrugged forward, our shoulders drawn back. Do we have our shoulders a little bit closer to the ears? Maybe your chin is tucked, or maybe the gaze is more skyward. Maybe we have a tendency to shift one side or the other. Find that body awareness. See if you actually like it. And were you just going there as kind of autopilot, or did you intentionally set yourself there? Let's start with the basics. Bring awareness to the feet once again, rooting down through the feet. Feel that strength through the legs. Feel a lift of the spine out of the hips. And then open across the chest without squeezing the shoulder blades together, but feeling that strength. Hands wherever you like, whether fingers are pointed down. Some might have hands pressing towards each other or hands to the hips. Maybe even hands lifted up skyward. Make sure we're doing so with intention. And feel the top of the head lift. Feel yourself grow just a few inches taller. All the while, we're still breathing. Stay here for a few more breaths as we settle in. The strength in our stillness. And on your next exhale, begin to release, soften everything, and make your way to the top of the mat if you've left it. The top of the mat for me is going to be changing from this side to the other. You don't need to do that. I just do that so my back's not towards you. Let's step the right foot back, find your warrior one position. Back toes out, bend in that forward knee. We're going to face forward and reach skyward. As we're here, settle in and breathe. Observe if we're just hanging out here, or are we really finding that intention? One of the things, I'm going to release the arms just so I like to talk with my hands, that I see in classes often in that back foot, students pivot inward. So make sure that we have evenness on that back foot, both on the inside and outside of the foot. wrong. It's just that awareness. Observe how bent this forward knee is. Does that feel good, or do you want to create more depth or a little bit less sensation by having it shallower? Again, there isn't a wrong answer. What it is body awareness. Let's stay here for one more breath. On your next exhale, let's release those hands all the way to the hips. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Let's take that left hand behind that left hip. Inhale, right arm up and back. Exhale to stay there, or release the hand back by the hip. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, reach up and back. Find your flow. Exhale, hand back by the hip. One more time. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, release the hand back by the hip. Release both hands. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, pull the heart forward, straighten the arms. Exhale, humble warrior to the inside of the forward leg. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Hands are skyward. Exhale, hands to the heart or to the hips. Step to the top of the mat. Left foot steps back, find your warrior one position. Bend in the right knee, back toes out. We're gonna face forward and reach skyward. Now, as we're here quite a long time on the other side, we're gonna stay quite a long time on this side. Remembering, what are we doing with that back foot? Are we rolling in, or are we able to roll out? Can we seal that low back foot down, the outer edge of the foot? It's okay, I sometimes forget to. It's okay, it happens to all of us. And again, it's not about right or wrong, it's about body awareness. What are we doing with that forward knee? My legs are pretty tired. I'm not gonna go any deeper than this today. But maybe you prefer that. Maybe you like to have that forward thigh parallel to the top, to the mat. I know I had one yoga teacher of mine, and she was very adamant about that. And I had to make sure that I was mentally prepared and physically prepared to be able to do that in her class. This is comeback yoga. We listen to our bodies. We're not gonna force you. This is about that body awareness, finding that breath. The breath is cueing us and helping remind us where we are, how much effort we want to exert. There's so many different styles of yoga out there. And I hope you get to explore and try so many different ones. But remember, yoga is for everybody, but not every yoga pose, yoga style, or yoga teacher is for everyone. But each teacher will have their specific calling. And just like everyone, we're so beautifully unique. Okay, when you're ready, let's go ahead. Let's release those hands. Let's take that right hand behind that right hip. When you're ready, inhale, left arm up and back. Exhale to release, hand back by the hip. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, reach the left arm up and back. Exhale to stay there, or hand back by the hip. One more time. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, everybody, hand back by the hip. Release the hands. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, pull the heart forward, straighten the arms. Exhale, humble warrior to the inside of the forward leg. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Hands are skyward. Exhale, hands to the heart or to the hips. Step to the top of the mat. From here, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. We're coming into a standing back bend, any variation. I always like hands to the low back, fingertips pointed down. Inhale, pull the heart forward, draw the shoulders back. Exhale to stay here or to release. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, pull the heart forward, draw the shoulders back. Exhale to stay there or to release. Last time. Inhale, pull the heart forward, draw the shoulders back. I ask you to stay here if it feels accessible. Again, observe how you're feeling. I really love this opening across the chest. It draws my shoulders back. I notice I have a tendency for my shoulders to droop forward sometimes. Yep, as a yoga teacher, we all do it sometimes. Let's stay here for one more breath. And on your next exhale, let's release. Nice job. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. We're coming into a balanced posture. So if you'd like to come off your mat and hold on to something, feel free to do so. Remember, if you're on carpet or a thick mat, That's going to create more instability. Never any worries if you come down, just come out with intention. We're going to root down through the right foot. We're just going to lift up either the left heel, lift up the left knee, or fully extend the leg, keeping the hips even. Whenever you're ready, inhale, lift up the left heel, knee, or leg. Exhale to stay here or to lower. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift up the left heel, knee, or leg. Exhale to stay here or to lower. One more time. Inhale, lift up the left heel, knee, or leg. Pause here to breathe. Feel the strength through the standing leg. Wobbling is normal. Coming out is normal. Feeling strong can be normal too. One more breath. On your next exhale, let's go ahead and release. Whew. Shake it out as you need. We're gonna take that left leg out to the left, like we're in tree pose. Ball the foot down, and we can lift up the heel, take the knee out to the side, or fully extend the leg. That's not in my practice today. Keeping the hips as even as we can. Whenever you're ready, hands wherever you'd like. Inhale, lift up the heel, knee, or leg. Exhale to stay here or to lower. Twice more. Inhale, lift up the heel, knee, or leg. Exhale to stay here or to lower. One more time. Inhale to lift up heel, knee, or leg. Pause here to breathe. Yes, that standing leg is probably feeling that kind of fiery reaction. How's the breath moving? Make sure it's still flowing. One more breath here. On your next exhale, let's go ahead and release. Nice job, everyone. When you're ready, we're going back into either stepping that foot back, toes down, heel back, or warrior three. Your choice. What feels good for you today? Whenever you're ready, inhale, lift up the foot, heel, or extend the leg. Exhale to stay here or to lower. Inhale to lift up. Find that working out the back leg. Exhale to stay there or to lower. One more time. Inhale, press back. Pause here to breathe. Strong standing leg. Hips are even. Breath is flowing. Nice job. And on your next exhale, let's release. Whew. Shake it out as you need. We're gonna go to the other side, rooting down with that left leg. You know what to do. Shake it out a little bit more if you need. Okay, when you're ready, inhale, lift up the heel, knee, or extend the leg. Exhale to stay here or to lower. Twice more. Inhale to lift up, heel, knee, or leg. Exhale to stay here or to lower. This time, inhale, lift up the heel, knee, or leg. Pause here to breathe. Strong standing leg. Maybe the side's stronger or weaker. Doesn't matter. We're just trying our best. Hips are even. Breath is moving. On your next exhale, let's begin to release down. Nice job. Take the knee out to the side. Remember, we're lifting up the heel, knee, or leg. Your choice. Whenever you're ready. Inhale, lift up the heel, knee, or leg. Exhale to stay there or to lower. Twice more. Inhale, lift up the heel, knee, or leg. Exhale to stay here or to lower. Last time. Inhale, lift up the heel, knee, or leg. Pause here to breathe. This might be a harder side for you. It might be easier. Remember, it's all about the breath. It's all about body awareness. How's that standing leg feeling? How's that extended leg feeling? Or heel lifted or knee lifted? Let's stay here for one more breath. On your next exhale, let's go ahead and release. Shake it out if you need. Okay, when you're ready, we're going back. Pressing back with the foot, heel, or warrior three. Whenever you're ready, inhale to press it back. Work the back of that leg. Exhale to stay here or to return. Inhale, press it back. Whatever works for you. Exhale to stay here to lower. Last time. Inhale, press it back. Find what works. Stay here to breathe. As we settle here, how does this side feel? I know this is my weaker side. That means what? That means maybe I need to practice this side just a little bit more. Maybe. Steady breathing here. Strength through the posture, strength through the breath, and strength in our mind. Remember, our mind is powerful. On your next exhale, let's go ahead and release. Shake it out. Nice job. Let's go ahead, come back to the mat. We're gonna come into a low squat. Take the toes out, heels in. Feet are about hips distance apart. I have this couch behind me. I'm going to utilize it today. Coming into your low squat, toes out, heels in. Begin to lower the knees, bend the knees, lower the hips. Now, this can be my low squat on the chair, or if I just took one big step forward, my hips might descend below my knees. How's this feel? Stay here to breathe, spine is long. As you settle in, I have my hands to my thighs. Some of you have your hands to the heart, elbows to the inner thighs. That's perfectly fine. Some of you are bringing awareness to your neck and your head, adding some head rolls just because we haven't focused on that today. Others of you might be releasing those hands forward to a block or to the mat for support. Feeling that lengthening of the spine, feeling that outward draw of the legs. Observing where your feet are. It's okay if your heels are lifted. They are. Maybe you might want to grab something to slide behind them. So then you have something to ground down on. And maybe not. If you hear some wind in the background, it happens to be a very windy day today. So you can see the plants moving in the outside in the windows. And you might hear it as well. Let's stay here for one more breath. On your next inhale, help yourself come upright. Whew. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Nice job. Let's go ahead and make your way to your seat. It doesn't matter what kind of seat it is. I will go ahead, grabbing this prop. It's just a towel folded on itself. I'm gonna sit on it, coming to the front edge of the towel, and then coming into crisscross applesauce. It creates just a little bit more space so my hips can be even. Spine nice and long. You don't need to be crisscross applesauce. You can come into fire log, half lotus or full lotus, or fully extend the legs or take the legs wide. Always options. From here, let's take the hands by the hips. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the right elbow, left hand to assist. Let's find that tricep stretch. If you'd like, you can take a bind. From here, observe if your chin is tucked into the chest or if the chin is away from the chest. I know when the chin is tucked to the chest, I don't feel much of a tricep stretch. But if I press my head into my arms, guess what? I really feel it. Make sure that you are able to feel sensation and we're not creating pain. Feel free to stay as you are, or maybe lean towards the left. If I lean towards the left, that's a little bit too much sensation for me in my triceps, even though it has this nice side bend component. Again, listen to your body. We're all the same but different. On your next exhale, let's go ahead and release. Whew. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Tricep stretches are always rough for me. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the left elbow, right hand to assist. Maybe take a bind. As you settle in, again, is the chin tucked to the chest? If it is, see if we can create a little bit more space. Open through the chest even. That's right, nice. Now, stay upright or you can lean towards the right. Again, whew, that's a little bit too much for me. Try to keep those sitting bones as grounded as you can if you're hinging. Nice job. How's the breathing going? Settling into sensation. Whew, especially if it's for me, a really strong sensation, I have to remind myself to breathe. On your next exhale, Let's go ahead and release. Nice job. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Let's take the hands to the heart. Interlace the fingers, press the palms away, chin to the chest. Pause here. Feel the opening through the back. On your next inhale, reach the hands up skyward. Feel the lengthening, pausing here. Keep breathing though. Do you feel that lengthening through the side body? Hopefully. If not, that's okay. On your next exhale, release the hands. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, pull the heart forward, straight arms. Pause here. See if we can bring the heels of the hands towards each other. I know some of you have them sealed. Not me. That's okay. Mine are just intentionally trying to make their way towards each other. Draw the thumbs away from the glutes. How's that feel? Lift the gaze up skyward. Open through the throat. Keep on breathing. Don't forget that. Nice. Then on your next exhale, let's go ahead and release. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Shake out the arms as you need. And if you're like me, crisscross applesauce, let's change out the position of the legs. Top leg, bottom leg, top, forward leg back, back leg forward. Okay. Spine nice and tall. We're at the front of our prop if we're on a prop. Let's go ahead and tuck the chin to the chest. Rolling right ear to right shoulder, and then chin to the chest. Left ear to left shoulder, and then chin to the chest. Inhale, lift up the gaze skyward. Exhale, chin to the chest. Neutralize the gaze. Turn the gaze over that right shoulder. Return the gaze forward. Turn the gaze over the left shoulder, and then turn the gaze forward. Pause here to breathe. Observe how that felt. It was just continual movement this time. And if you want to do that again, go ahead. Keep doing that as many times as you need. We are going to slow it down and just hold and settle into the posture. Tucking the chin to the chest. Pause here to breathe. Feel where it feels. I feel this really kind of at the base of the head. When you're ready, bring right ear to right shoulder. Pause here. Where do you feel sensation? Make sure that right shoulder doesn't want to creep up towards the ear. Let's bring chin to the chest. Rolling left ear to left shoulder. How does that feel? I really love this because I get this nice long elongation through the traps. And then tuck the chin to the chest. On your next inhale, lift up the gaze skyward. Open through the throat. Pause here. Make sure that we're breathing. Feel this nice, delicious opening all the way for me, from the chin all the way right through, almost up to the top of the sternum. Let's go ahead. Neutralize the head. Turn the gaze over that right shoulder. Pause here. Where do you feel this? I feel this kind of at the base of the head, all the way down towards the shoulder along the trap. Let's return the gaze forward. Turn the gaze over the left. Where do you feel this? Are we breathing? Go ahead, return the gaze forward. Nice job. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Hands by the sides. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Big circle. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time. Inhale to reach up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Feeling your natural rhythm of breath and movement. Let's release those hands. Come off the prop. If you'd like to, you can go into your own practice, coming into your final resting pose at this time, or we're gonna go ahead, make your way onto your back. Take your time as you get there. Use your hands as much as you need. Use your core as much as you'd like. As you make your way onto your back, notice I release my hair so the back of the head comes down to the mat. It helps neutralize the spine. Just send my head not in that forward tilt, but you do whatever feels good for you. Let's bend the knees, soles of the feet down to the mat. Hands by the hips, setting up for your bridge pose. If you'd like, use that prop for a restorative bridge. Root down through the feet, inhale, lift up the hips, low, mid, and upper back. Exhale to stay here or to lower. If you're lifting and lowering, find that breath awareness, find your flow. I just realized as I came up into bridge, you know what, a restorative bridge sounds great. So I'm grabbing that towel again, and I'm placing it behind my hips, and then lowering my hips down. This is nice and passive as a restorative bridge. Those of you in an active bridge, we're pressing down through the feet. The hips are lifted. How's that feel? We're opening it across the front body, whether we're passive or active. Settle into your natural breath, your natural rhythm, and as always, listening to your body. Let's stay here for one more breath. Those of you in a restorative bridge, let's go ahead. Press down through the feet, lift up the hips, remove the block or towel. And everybody, let's begin to roll down one vertebra at a time. Inviting the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug, gently rocking side to side. Let's take the right hand to right knee, left hand to left knee. Draw the knees away from you, out to the side and into the chest. We'll do that twice more. Knees away, out to the side and into the chest. Last time. Knees away, out to the side and into the chest. Let's reverse. Knees out to the side, away and into the chest. Knees out to the side, away and into the chest. Last time. Knees out to the side, away and into the chest. Pause here to breathe. Give yourself a really big hug. Gently rock side to side. Massage out the back, the low back, the mid back, maybe even upper back. And then begin to find that stillness. Let's release the feet down to the mat and take the knees wide into a reclined butterfly. Knees wide, soles of the feet coming together. Of course, you can do whatever you like with your arms, but I want you just to focus on this inner thigh and hip flexor. Where else do we feel this? Remembering you can come out at any time. Sometimes this makes my low back a little bit crabby. And if that's the case, I begin to draw the feet a little further away or closer to my body, depending on life. And sometimes I just come out of the posture because I say, not for me today. Keep on breathing. Bring awareness to your body, where your body connects with the mat. That weight of the body. And just that support that the mat provides you. Eyes can be open or closed. And begin to find that breath once again. Observing, is it moving better, same, hopefully not worse than it was at the beginning of practice? Are we able to find a little bit more depth? If not, no worries. We'll stay here for one more breath. And when you're ready, let's take those knees skyward, soles of the feet down to the mat. Inviting the right knee into the chest, right ankle over the left knee. Stay here or come into a figure four or an on your back pigeon. Those of you that would like to join me, we're going to take this leg formation over to the left. Maybe the right sole of the foot can come down to the mat, maybe it cannot. As we're here, the right knee is still trying to draw away. Hands and gaze wherever feels good for you. We'll stay here for one more breath. And when you're ready, let's all meet in that original figure four, that left foot down, right ankle on that left knee. Cross the right knee over the left. We're coming into a twist. If you have a different one you prefer, feel free to go there. Invite the knees into the chest and take the knees over to the left. Again, arms and gaze wherever feels good. I know today's practice was a little different. It's the same but different than what mine is normally, whatever normal is, right? We slowed it down. Hopefully you felt and settled and found the rhythms and observed your body's natural rhythms. Maybe you had some things you learned that you don't really care for. And maybe you found some things that you really, truly loved. When you're ready, let's come out of that twist, undo the legs, shake them out if you'd like, and then let's go to the other side. Inviting that left knee into the chest, left ankle over the right knee. Stay here, come into figure 4 on your back pigeon. Or join me, we're gonna take the leg formation over to the right. It's okay if that left foot comes down to the mat, it's okay if it doesn't. Set your arms and your gaze, drawing that left knee away actively. How does that feel? I know I like this because I really feel it from my hip, kind of that outer thigh, all the way towards my knee. But that's what I feel. We're all the same, but again, proportions, we're different, right? Maybe you feel this strongly somewhere else, and that's fine too. Remember, we're looking for sensation and never pain. When you're ready, let's all meet in that original figure 4, right foot down to the mat, and then left ankle on that right knee, coming into a twist. Left knee over the right knee. Invite the knees into the chest. Take the leg formation over to the right. Find another twist if you don't love this. No worries ever. As you're here, finding that breath. One more breath. And when you're ready, begin to unwind, returning back, knees skyward, soles of the feet down to the mat. Let's windshield wiper the knees side to side, and then invite the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug. Begin to make your way to happy baby, feet towards the sky, knees towards the armpits or side ribs, in your stillness or movement. Now at this time, some of you will make your way to your final resting position. Others will continue in movement. If this was just my class and I was not teaching, I would probably take this this towel under my hips for a restorative bridge once again, but with a little caveat. Taking my feet wide, knees buckling in towards each other. That's how I would end my class if I was an active participant. But because I'm teaching, I'm gonna come seated. Please come into your final resting position of your choice, however that looks, traditional or not. Or if your body's asking you to continue moving, feel free to do that. We come to our mat to honor our bodies, to learn, to find that self-awareness, and to slow down. I know slowing down is so hard sometimes, but remembering, taking that moment to breathe, to move, and to rest every day is so important, not just for our physical body, but for our nervous system, our emotional, our mental, just everything. Sometimes we need that reset. As you find your breath in your stillness or movement, feeling that natural ebb and flow, taking a moment to appreciate yourself, the fact that you showed up, the fact that you stayed the entire practice, and remembering that life is not always this beautiful, easy flow of rhythm. Sometimes it's a little turbulent, and that's okay too sometimes. It's life. And it's how we adapt and adjust. Sometimes we can take up more things, and sometimes we need to break it down and keep things simple. But listening to your body. Stay as you are, or begin to find that gentle movement, whether big or small. If it feels good, making your way to your side for fetal position. Jim Rohn says, if you are not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. There's nothing wrong with ordinary. Remembering that you are perfect exactly as you are. And remembering life is about an ebb and flow, honoring your natural rhythms. Stay as you are. Use your hands to help press you up to a comfortable seated position of your choice. And again, if you can stay down longer, feel free to stay down longer. Gathering the hands of the heart if it feels good for you today. Taking that full in-breath whenever that happens. And that full out-breath to release. Thank you so much for sharing your practice and your time with me. My name is Rachel, and this was All Levels Yoga, courtesy of Comeback Yoga. I hope you feel amazing in your body, and as always, we at the YouTube channel for Comeback Yoga are here for you whenever, 24/7. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And again, word of mouth is how we generate the most views. We love to have you here. Please check out our social media, Comeback Yoga, as well as our website, comebackyoga.org. If you're in Colorado, guess what? You might be able to be attending in-person classes, creating that fellowship with yoga teachers and your peers. Remembering that in-person classes are for those that are active duty or veterans or caregivers of or somehow related to the veteran community. But here on the YouTube channel, we are available and accessible to anyone and everyone. Next week is going to be dramatically different from this class. This class was a little bit slower, I would say. Next class, the last Sunday of the month, we're going to find continuous flow. And that's where you're going to have to really pay attention to your body to know if you need to rest or if you'd like to continue to flow. We'll be flowing, not the entire time, we'll be flowing for the majority of the time, and then we'll end with some passive stretching and some breath work. I hope to see you next week, and here in Hawaii, we say aloha and a hui ho. That means goodbye, and I'll see you later. Until next week, aloha.